El Calavera Productions. Yeah, just get on with the show already before I huck-high you to oblivion.
Now, you sure you want to do this? I want you to think long and hard about this, Salazar. This isn't just something you can just say yes and back out of later, and I'm being serious. Once my inauguration takes place, we're officially the next monarchs of this family. Meaning we're king and queen of the Qurashi Royal Family till the day we're both dead. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, Davina. We already went over this at least 1,000 times.
You sure? This will mean you won't be Azteca's god of destruction anymore, and you are an official working royal along with me.
While I appreciate the concern, I don't need the god of destruction position anymore. My father can give it to that snakely tyrant of Pep for all I care. Since a Pep does the job a lot better than I fucking do. I already gave my Aunt Isis my 4-month notice before this inauguration announcement even took place, as I was planning to retire anyway. If he and the Pep want to keep fighting these countless god wars that's not going to get anywhere, that's on them. Me, on the other hand, I'm done. My fighting days are over. You and the Qurashi Royal Family is what's important to me now.
Alright. My job of a royal is not an easy one. Just want you to know what you're agreeing to.
It's because of you guys that I'm even changing my life for the better. Speaking of which, have you sent out the inauguration invitations yet?
Yeah, I already sent a letter to Courtney. She should receive it any day now. Make sure you tell your father Anubis once we get home. No ifs or buts. See, my inauguration is in a few days.
Mom, Dad, I'm home. Huh? What's this? It's a letter from Davina's family? To whoever may read this, you are cordially invited to Queen Davina Elizabeth Qurashi. Huh. Davina's being crowned queen, and she invited me and the others.
What? You heard me. I'm retiring as God of Destruction and my decision's final.
And you're suggesting I take your title as God of Destruction. Why are you doing this? I don't understand you, nephew. Did someone threaten you or something?
Davina's inauguration. That's why. She is third generation royal after all, and she's next in line to be queen.
Davina's the next in line royal to be queen. I've been dead that long that I come back to witness the birth of a new queen.
If you want to word it that way, yes.
As much it pains us both, I do see where Salazar and the Qurashi are coming from. He can't be both a god of destruction and a Qurashi royal. He can't switch from one and the other every time shit hits the fan. That's not how these royal families operate.
I appreciate you being understanding as always, Pep. Unlike a certain father over there who preaches to give a shit about me when we all know it's a bunch of bullshit. Wanda Hunter was right about you. You care about no one but yourself. If you want me gone so badly, you just got your fucking wish.
What did you just say? If it's truly how you feel, then I'll not only dismiss you as God of Destruction per request, I'll take your powers along with it, and you can live in Qurashi Royal City where you and I will never have a relationship ever again.
Anubis! Why would you say that? You're acting the same way Nephthys was with me. Don't make the exact same mistake Nephthys and I did.
You heard him, Pep. Retiring as God of Destruction is one thing, but I am not about to be put down in front of 20 other people by my own son. Not gonna happen.
Are you serious? Well, Anubis, you are unbelievable. You better think about what just left that mouth of yours. Come on, Salazar. I'll walk you downstairs as I have to greet 3 new house guests anyway.
Should I even ask what you meant by that, Pep? I can only assume it has something with the heated exchange you and Salazar just had with Anubis outside.
Seeing Anubis is acting the way you are with me to Salazar, that's pretty fucking apparent, Nephthys. Seeing Salazar literally just told us both that he's retiring as God of Destruction.
Wait. Our Kurt is retiring from being a god of destruction?
He didn't have much of a choice, since he's now the next monarch of the Qurashi Royal Family, and seeing that Davina's inauguration is in a few days. Salazar previously expressed retiring once the announcement of the inauguration came to fruition.
Ah. Damn. So, if he is gonna retire from being the god of destruction, then what now? Like, who else is gonna be the new god of destruction?
If Nephthys and Anubis allow it, I would likely be the next god of destruction, seeing I'm the new fan favorite these days across the internet.
Wait, what? Really? Well, I can see that you fit the role as a god of destruction perfectly.
We'll see, Pep. We'll have to wait till after Davina's inauguration.
I'm sure Anubis will allow it with no hesitation. This is a day we didn't think would come. Let's get Venom, Bianca and Sathra situated in the meantime.
For what, can't you?
Our suitcases that are on the floor that we were going to bring upstairs before we saw Anubis sitting there in sadness.
Ah, okay, right.
He is unfucking believable.
Whoa, hey, what happened?
I tell both my father and Opeb that I'm retiring as God of Destruction. And you wanna know what my father says to me? He wants nothing to do with me ever again. I don't know whose anger is worse, his or Opeb's.
Did he really say that? Over you telling him you were retiring? Wow. Overreactive much?
Overreactive? Overreactive? You think that was overreactive? I'll show you overreactive when I turn into Northwind. whip out his goddamn fucking throat and shove that bitch sideways and shove it up his goddamn ass! That, Davina, my dear, is being overreacted!
Mom, get in here quickly.
Salazar, calm down. Just give your father time. I'm sure him hearing that you're retiring as God of Destruction was the last thing he wanted to hear. Calm down, relax, breathe.
Oh my god, what did I just do? Daria, Davina, I am so sorry. I didn't expect my anger to explode like that. It's just my father.
I know, Salazar, I know. It's okay. Just breathe. Getting worked up like this does you no favors. We can't have you acting like this once you become king consort. While I'm at it, you're not gonna be wearing those ever again. Put this suit on, and you're going to be wearing this every day unless we say otherwise. Is that clear?
Yes, Daria. I'll change it to it right now.
Thanks a ton, Mom. That was way too close for comfort. I don't know what would have happened had you not been here.
Of course, Davina. You're my daughter. I'll help you any way I can. You know that. Oh, my, Salazar. That suit looks great on you.
Talk about a throwback. I haven't seen you in a tux since Yashiro's wedding in Hawkins Mansion.
Keep that on at all times when performing royal duties. You hear me?
Loud and clear, Daria.
Splendid. Your father and I are going to finish moving stuff out of the mansion, Davina. We'll come to you once we are ready for the inauguration preparations.
Are you okay, Salazar? You seemed very upset a few minutes ago. You were almost turned into Northwind.
Again, I'm sorry about that. I didn't expect Northwind to rear its head like that. It's just, I was deeply hurt of what Father said to me. It's just, he gets me so angry each time he says something. Like, I don't know how to control it.
I know, babe. I know. Just, try to calm down, okay? Tensions are already high because of the inauguration. Like Mom said earlier, give him time.
Was everything okay over there? Davina seemed pretty freaked out about what happened in our office.
Everything's fine. Salazar and Anubis had a big argument this morning in terms of his retirement, and Salazar was pretty upset about it. I was able to calm him down before his anger progressed any further.
I hope Salazar spends the next few days working on himself, as we can't have outbursts like that once he becomes king consort.
I raised that exact same concern. I don't think we'll have to worry about him doing outbursts like that in the future. That was more of a heat of the moment type of scenario. Salazar wouldn't usually lash out like that unless there was a reason. He and Davina have been married for 4 years and they never got into an argument once. So that was completely out of character for him.
Oh. Well, glad we're on the same page. Let's finish moving our stuff out of storage, yeah?
Salazar isn't Traxius Anubis. He has his anger issues, sure, there's no question about that. When he and I trained in Astralis, I could notice he's changing his life for the better, in my honest opinion. You're worrying over nothing, but that's just me.
And saying Ragnaheider was right about me is supposed to make the situation better? I can obviously tell the difference between him and Traxius. And if I'm being honest, I think Salazar's afraid of Ragnaheider, due to what happened when he was an infant. When Ragnaheider almost impaled him right in front of me and Lucion at his camp's emergency room in Waldheim.
Salazar didn't sound like he was afraid of Ragnaheider, if I'm being honest here. But the elder he sure likely was. Due to him erasing you into the sands of time. He may have a funny way of showing his love to you, but the boy does care about you. If he didn't, he wouldn't have told Isis ahead of time knowing you would react like this the day he told you.
He only tells Isis anything as she's the one who's raised him for most of his life, while he and his mother had to mend fences secretly so Ragnaheider wouldn't raise suspicion. Until a few years ago, Isis was the only mother figure he had. And he won't go even an inch near his own mother unless I was present. That's how tarnished their relationship was then, but now it's a lot better. but the relationship with him and I is still in the air.
I promised you that I would take care of Salazar to the best of my ability, and I had. Hell, he even grew up with Kizal and saw Lila as if they were his own two sisters. In this situation, you both are wrong for how you both reacted. If I am being fair, you two need space for a while, and Davina's inauguration looming in a few days sure doesn't help the situation either. I'm not saying you have to stay away from him forever. Just give him a few days to come around, and this is coming from a mother's perspective, as I know what my child would need if they felt overwhelmed.
Sigh. You're right, Isis. Maybe we deserve a break for a few days. Illusion is not going to be as understanding.
We only want what's best for you, Anubis. I just don't want you making the same mistake Apep and I did. Little did I know I hurt Apep emotionally, and it still traumatizes him to this day, which I'll never forgive myself for. It took us both hell and back to even form any kind of relationship, so I'm begging you, Anubis. Don't make the same mistake we did. Please.
Apep told me the same thing when we had the argument yesterday. I cannot speak on the relationship you and Apep had at that time, but I can imagine it was far from a good one. But, alas, I will not make the same mistake you and him did. Being away for 2 days might be the best way to handle it.
Are you really sure you want to do this? Just so there is no misunderstanding. Once I have your powers, I have no intention on giving it back. So think long and hard about this, Salazar.
There's no thinking to be done, Apep. I've made my decision and I'm giving my powers to you, and that's final.
Then I'm sure you won't mind if I start us off.
Apep, what the fuck? Well, did it work?
You're going to find out in a second.
What the fuck?
This is the power of a god of destruction by the fucking gods.
That's the biggest sphere of destruction I ever seen!
My powers, that's great it can handle. A sphere of destruction of this size, like nothing. If I can wield power like this, Ragnar, Loki, and their forces are in for a day in hell.
Lord. Attack.
We're god of destruction now. What? Power.
How long were you two watching us?
Since it started.
What question is why give your powers to attack Salazar?
I had plans to retire as God of Destruction for quite some time. It was evident that Davina's inauguration has to be tomorrow, and I'm gonna be crowned along with her.
Wait. That means you're becoming king consort along with Davina?
Down to the letter. Though truth be told, I was already doing what a god of destruction is required to do on the regular anyway. So the power was only second nature.
Shouldn't we do something about the flames here before we get in trouble?
Nah, I wouldn't worry about it. Miami was expecting a waterspout tornado anyways. If anything, the National Weather Service will just mark it as a casualty.
Okay then, let's head back to the mansion.
Agreed. Pianta Oshtek.
Hey, O'Nero. Everyone's quiet and King Aziz and Queen Daria are moving stuff out of the mansion. Is something going on?
Oh, you haven't heard. Davina's becoming queen in a couple of days, as Aziz and Daria decided to retire and step down from royal duties.
Wait, what? Davina's becoming queen? Now. But what about Aziz and Daria?
Fear not. Aziz and Daria will still be around to give the new monarchs any support they need, but won't be as active, due to Davina and Salazar running things.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification, O'Nero. See you at the inauguration in 2 days?
Yep. It will be at the place the trip first started. Their castle in Qurashi Royal City. If family or galaxy want to join the festivities, they are more than welcome. Seeing Davina already went ahead and sent out the invitations to her inauguration.
I'll be sure to let them know.
You wanted to talk to me about something, so go ahead.
Yep. It's about Naya.
Inaya? What could you possibly want with her?
Well, I've noticed that she's been kind of sad lately. I've only spoken to her a few times, but it was mostly brief. But I can tell when someone is in a certain mood.
Someone called? Oh. It's just you and Davina.
Hey Naya. Nice to see you.
I apologize if I worried you. It's just, I'm worried about my position in the family once Davina becomes queen.
I see. So is that why you've been so down?
Yeah. Salazar stepped down from God of Destruction earlier today as my inauguration is in a few days. As Salazar and I are the next monarchs of the family.
Well, I don't think you should be too worried. Excuse my ignorance, I just try to look on the bright side of things.
Crystal's right, Inaya. If Davina didn't want us part of her court, Mom would have told us months ago. If worst case scenario that did happen, Sky would have been our next option.
I hope you both are right.
Hey Leia, how about I treat you for the day? What do you say?
Anything that gets my mind off of Davina's inauguration, I'm down.
Plus, I'd like to get to know Crystal a bit more too, least before you two get serious.
Get serious? What do you mean, Leela?
Can you not get yourself in trouble for once, Leela, please?
Too soon? Sorry, anyway, are we ready?
Have you decided what color you want your dress to be for the inauguration, Davina?
Red, just like Mom's.
Let's get the final preparations for you finished. We got a lot of the things for the inauguration set up. But the one thing we don't have is who is going to crown you as queen. So you have two options. You can pick one yourself, or we can pick one for you. It's your inauguration, so the final call is yours, Davina.
Actually, Mom, that was the next thing I wanted to bring up, of who I want to crown me at my inauguration.
Already? Quite the nimble one today, aren't we, Davina? Okay then, who did you want to crown you at your inauguration?
I had thought long and hard about this, and my answer's going to be very evident. I want to be crowned by none other than the god of North Wind himself, Apep.
You want
Snake, God Apep to crown you? Do you know who you're saying you want to crown you at the inauguration? Have you forgot what he did to your husband back?
We're still on that? Seriously, guys? That was a long time ago. What Apep did to us back then shouldn't even be on the table, since he made amends with you in the last episode where you, he, and the other guys were in Puerto Rico. Salazar chose Apep as his successor as god of destruction. If it's Salazar's wish for Apep to crown me, then that's who I'm going to pick, and my decision's final.
your call, Aziz.
Very well then, I will call Anubis and Isis shortly once we finalize everything. And one more thing. Your dress. You want a different color or one similar to your mother's. You don't have to wear the same one as your mother's if you don't want to.
Father, it's okay. I want the same one Mother wore at hers. Plus, I like how it looked. I was thinking keep it the same color, but more modernized, if you catch my drift. Do you remember what store you got it at, Mom?
If I recall, I got it from some wedding apparel store at a mall right here in Florida. I'll give you the address for it, and do it ASAP, as your inauguration is tomorrow morning. So be quick about it, Davina.
Noted. I'm gonna get my car keys and go now. Make sure Apep knows that he's gonna crown me tomorrow.
Well, at least Davina is taking her inauguration very seriously, which is good. She is going to accomplish great things for this family once we officially step down.
And we couldn't be more prouder parents. Once Davina gets her dress, we should be set to go. Now which one of us is going to call Anubis or Isis?
Man, I am going to miss driving this Bentley Continental GT3R once I become queen. But hopefully I can take this puppy out for a drive every once in a blue moon. Huh? Who's calling me from a 954 area code? It's got to be here in Florida. I hope it's not one of them IRS scamming fucks. Whoever you are, take your IRS scamming fucktard ass elsewhere. I want no part of what you're selling.
Recognize this voice, Davina.
What the fuck? Icky? You were the last person I expected to call me. How are you holding since the breakup? Are you doing okay?
Girl, I've been over that since the Fort Myers trip Apep and Lilith hosted few weeks back, so I'm good. Enough about me, how about you? How you been doing?
Well, seeing that I'm gonna be crowned queen tomorrow, I don't know how to even feel or think right now.
Don't fuck with me, Davina, no you're not.
I literally sent you a text message last week. But long story short, you know those political tours I've been doing for the past couple months? Mom informed me a few days ago that the one I recently did was my last one, as I'm ascending to the throne as queen as of tomorrow morning.
By the gods, Davina, I am so happy for you. I knew you would be queen someday, but I didn't think it'd be this soon. What are you going to wear to your inauguration?
I was about to head to the mall before you called me. And I'm thinking of buying the same dress Mom got for hers. You want to come to the inauguration? Mark is gonna be there too. If you don't want to go because of the breakup, that's completely fine. I'm not gonna force you.
Are you kidding me? Of course I'll go. I'll send you my new address so you guys can pick me up in the morning before you leave for Qurashi Royal City.
I'd love to chat longer, but Mom is gonna kill me if I don't get this dress within the next hour, as the inauguration's tomorrow. See you then, Icky.
Lord Apep. Just the vile bastard I wanted to see. Did you tell Salazar about my father? Tell me the truth, right, now.
Anubis, and I have had a rocky past, sure. I didn't know Ragnar Hyder was even your father till Anubis said it. I not one to gossip like Zebek's girlfriend Trino. You should know me a lot better than that lady Aleutian.
Fair point, Apep. Maybe you can help me with something while you're up and awake.
Elaborate.
Anubis has been at the pool's waterfall since last night. He's been very distraught on how the whole situation with Salazar and him was handled. He won't even come inside for a cup of coffee or anything, and I'm starting to grow seriously concerned.
Leave that to me. I'll take him to the boardwalk, Lilith, and I usually go for our morning routines. I'll talk some sense into him there. You've been out here since last night, and your wife is starting to grow concerned about you. You're taking this a little too personal, don't you think?
Like you're one to talk about taking it personal when you got joy out of doing so. You're only coming here 'cause it's me that has to suffer and not you.
That's asinine, and you know it. You've been acting like this since Salazar told us both he was retiring. I am not gonna let you sit here sulking in depression all day. Why don't we both go for a walk and talk?
And if I don't?
You really want an answer to that question, Anubis?
Sigh, I guess a walk couldn't hurt. Lead the way.
Sounds like you. A pep. Chrono and Zebek had a splendid time in Puerto Rico.
We most definitely did, Isis. We even met the two new cast members of Qurashi House, that being Venom and Bianca. Very nice couple. But that beast of his intimidates me. But as long I'm around the pep or Sever when conversing with him, I should be okay.
Mom, you better take this.
Whoa, calm down, Kizal. What's going on?
It's Queen Daria. It's in regard to Davina's inauguration tomorrow.
Meet me outside. I'll be with you in a second. I'll be right back, Lilith. Queen Daria is calling Kizal's phone and want to speak to me about something. I shouldn't be long.
Go on ahead, dear. I'm going to be in the area all afternoon, so take all the time you need.
Yes, sorry, Daria. I was having breakfast with Lilith. What's up?
Not since yesterday. Why?
Davina wants you to crown her a pep. Why? Oh, right, yeah. Okay. I'll tell Anubis and a pep, as I'm going to leave in a minute. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Kizal, do you know where your uncles Anubis and a pep would be right now?
The pier he and Lilith always go to early in the morning.
Thanks, Kizal. I'll catch up with you and your sister later. Keota, Ashtek.
Mind explaining why you brought me to appear in 115-degree heat in the middle of a summer day?
It's a life-changing lesson, Anubis. Well, from me. You can't go with a head full of steam each time something doesn't go your way.
What is there to change, Pep? It doesn't change the fact that Salazar is retiring as God of Destruction and left us in a bind. It would take me at least a couple months to find a worthy candidate to be Salazar's successor. But the only question is who?
Hello! One's already standing in front of you.
What? You? I mean, are you sure, Pep? You sure you want to take on such a demanding role? There are a lot of things that the role requires, such as
A lot of your requirements I was already doing anyway. I mean, I even had your title of Pharaoh of Azteca for crying out loud. And people feared me for thousands of years. Nothing about me is going to change. I'm still gonna be your brother and closest ally. Your son's not going anywhere, but he'll only have a different job. This one being king of the royal family you were already allies with. You always think of the worst possible case scenario and let it get to your head. Take it from me. I was exactly like you, and it nearly cost me everything. Even my own mother wanted nothing to do with me. I didn't want you going down the same path I did, as the road to recovery is a long one, and one that is full of years of regret. All you built can be gone with a snap of a finger. You still have a chance to turn things around and make things right.
I never saw it from that perspective before. Leave it to my longest rival turned brother to bring me back to reality. Mother and the other gods of Azteca speak very highly of you and your empire of Northwind. You're doing all of us a great service with what you're doing. If you could be both Pharaoh of Hell and be a god of destruction, then consider the most vengeful god in all of Azteca a god of destruction. Haha.
Touché. Ha 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 ha.
Anubis! Apep!
Is everything okay, Isis? You look like you just seen a ghost.
I just got a call from King Aziz and Queen Daria. They want Apep to crown her at the inauguration tomorrow. Since Salazar chose him as his successor as god of destruction.
Wait, what?
Davina wants me to crown a queen at her inauguration tomorrow.
Has Davina forgotten who Apep is and what he did to her husband when he was pharaoh?
Their words, not mine.
But your call Apep.
I'll do it.
Wait. You'll crown her at the inauguration.
You realize the kind of responsibility you'll be taking on here? It's an honor few of us Aztecan gods have the distinct privilege of carrying.
I'll gladly crown Davina without hesitation. Us Helabithians are a royal family ourselves. Her father could have kicked dirt on me for how I treated them in the past. But he didn't, as that's not the kind of example he wanted to set for Davina. I wanted to pay the Qurashi Royal Family back for how I treated them back then for a while. If crowning Davina as their next queen is the way I can pay them back, I'll gladly accept, seeing I'm now Azteca's god of destruction going forward.
You may want to inform Lilith as well, Pep, as Davina has invited her and Lord Cassandra to the inauguration. And be quick about it, as her inauguration is literally 24 hours from now.
Noted, Isis! I will find her right away! Cheata Aztec! You! A word! Now!
What do you want, hey Pep? I'm trying to find a dress that's an exact match to the one my mom wears for my inauguration tomorrow, so make it brief.
Are you actually serious about me crowning you at your inauguration tomorrow?
Yeah? Why wouldn't I be? I mean, you haven't done us wrong, plus you're Salazar's successor as god of destruction. I thought it would be the courteous thing to do.
I wasn't expecting that from you of all people. But if this is how I can repay you for the malicious treatment I put your family through, I'll do it.
Thank you, Apep. Now if you don't
You said you were looking for a dress similar to your mother's for your inauguration. Why don't I help you find it? Seeing that the one she has is more than likely a luxury brand.
Sure, come on. We don't got all day.
Are you done being a Mr. Krabby Pants and ready to talk?
I know. I acted immature earlier, but if it makes you feel better, I'll take you to a base.
Not to me. Your son, Salazar.
Hey, Salazar, you have a minute.
Oh, look who it is. The newest recipient of the Worst Father of the Year award. What do you want from me? You gonna give me another verbal lashing like you did 2 days ago because of a decision I personally made?
You just hear me out first. I didn't come to start a fight.
You are so lucky that Davina's inauguration is tomorrow. I'll hear you out as to what you have to say. And you better have an explanation. A damn good one at that.
When you mentioned your grandfather Ragnar, I saw red immediately. I don't think you realize how bad of a relationship he and I had, leading up to when you were born. And of course, him almost killing you as an infant. I didn't tell you about Ragnar as he committed what I viewed the most unforgivable thing a father could ever do. Attempt to murder your own grandchild due to beef he has with your father. That is one line I would never cross. Then again, those Asgardians do things a lot differently, hence why your mother and I were desperate to save your life that day. I know nothing I say is gonna change, but if you would like to
Let me stop you right there, old man. If you actually thought that I retired from God Destruction because of Ragnarhider, then you don't know your own son as well as you think you do.
You didn't retire because of Ragnarhider? Then, what was your reason?
The job I've had for the past 4 years since my marriage, being a Qurashi Royal. What did you think I was doing whenever you gave me time off? Sure as hell not relaxing in on Isis' pool all day like I used to. When I married Davina 4 years ago, I had to give a lot of that stuff up. A lot of which was not very easy to commit to. The only reason I was even still doing my God Destruction duties because originally, after Davina and I were married, we were supposed to be inaugurated as both king and queen of the Qurashi. But due to a legal technicality, that didn't happen. If I was retiring just to spite you, I would have told on ISIS already.
So Apep was right after all. You only wanted a different job. When you first told me, I saw it as a slap to the face, and here I thought it was because of your vengeful grandfather. Ha 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 ha.
Not even close. I take my job as a third-generation royal very seriously. I was given the ultimatum, either be a God Destruction or a full-time royal of the Qurashi Royal Family. And I chose to be a full-time working royal of the Qurashi Royal Family. If it came to a certain situation where I had to don out the old God Destruction clothes the whole nine, it's gonna be on the Qurashi Royal Family's behalf. And while I'm on the topic, how would you like to attend Davina's inauguration tomorrow?
I would be more than happy to attend Davina's inauguration. I was planning on going anyways since your old man's the Pharaoh of Azteca. I have the greatest confidence that you will be the greatest king the Qurashi Royal Family's ever had. I believe in you.
You can stop with the bleeding heart speeches for one day. The inauguration's tomorrow. Hell, how about we just sell this over a couple beers? Beers on me.
Thank you for helping me with the dress earlier, Apep. I really appreciate it. Speaking of which, where's your wife Lilith right now?
Going to Aloha, Miami to find Crystal, as Crystal applied to be my enforcer a couple of weeks back. Why?
Aloha, Miami. Of course. Dalila and Inaya's favorite hangout spot. My GT3R doesn't even have close to enough of a tank to make the 2 hours down.
Then we'll take mine.
Wait. Your car? Holy fucking shit. Is that a 1977 Aston Martin Vantage V8?
That specific year Aston Martin was making cars that resembled the Mustangs for some odd reason. Plus, I'm not into that luxury supercar riffraff like you Deckard and the others. As long as it does the job, that's all that really matters.
I seen Lilith drive this from that pier you go to and back, but I didn't know this was actually yours.
Because you're becoming queen tomorrow, I'll even let you drive it.
Originally, I don't do this. But fuck yeah. I've been wanting to drive one of these for a while but never got the chance. I'll floor this bitch right on the Miami highway.
Let's go.
Wow. It's like you read us both like an open book. You even knew what biz to get us. Were you in Sky when we were there 12 years ago?
Call instinct. Sometimes I can tell. Well, to be honest, I peeked on what Leia was drinking that one time I saw her at the bar back at the house.
Was this before or after our spat with Axel?
After. Why?
Just curious, that's all.
Well, the day is still young, and I got plenty of money from the gold bars I got from my mission. Anywhere else you girls wanna goes on me.
There you are. I was looking for you.
Oh hey Lilith. What's going on with you girl?
Mind if we talk somewhere more private? My reason here is business. Related.
Sure then. I'll be right back you two.
This has to do with the application you sent to Apep about being hella with EO's enforcer.
It does? Was there a change of plans or something?
No, not at all. I just wanted to come by to inform you that the Pep has accepted, and he's willing to let you start immediately. But, because of Davina's inauguration that's going on in a few days, that's gonna have to wait.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I just received word that Davina's inauguration is tomorrow in Azteca, and it's gonna be aired on every television across every pantheon. And us three, me, Lilith, and you are invited to the ceremony in Qurashi Royal City.
What?
The inauguration's tomorrow. That's less than 30 hours from now. How are we supposed to prepare for an inauguration in Qurashi Royal City in less than 30 hours?
Seriously? Me? I'm just a peasant compared to you guys. Why would I have been invited?
You're my best friend. That's why.
Wait. Did you pull some strings to get me and Davina?
My mother and father said I could invite whoever I wanted to my inauguration, so I am inviting you, Courtney, Lilith, Pep and many others who I consider friends.
Wow. I never thought I'd be part of something this big in my life. Thank you, Davina. But Pep, why are you here?
I'm the one that's going to be crowning her tomorrow at the inauguration.
What? They want you to crown her at the inauguration?
Per Davina's request according to ISIS, which I'll do no problems at all.
I see. Well, I must say I'm looking forward to this myself. I just hope I don't screw it up.
Where is everyone?
We're in here.
Hey Kizal, was the traveling from Florida back to Azteca was okay with you guys?
We made it back just fine all the same. Thank you, Jaja.
Have you two seen Chris? Wait. Jaja.
Dalila?
You two need a moment.
Yeah, as we need to work some stuff out before the ceremony.
Not a problem. Kizal and I will be in the next room next door.
Okay, Dalila, what do you want this time? You gonna try to roast me again, or are you gonna own up for what you did?
I didn't come to fight Jaja. Look. I just want to apologize for everything that happened with us. I let my emotions get the best of me. When the Aztecan tabloid put out that article, I freaked out. But after me and Inai's stay in Sky, I had a lot of time to reflect on a lot of things. The relationship you and I had was one I regretted most, due to how immature and foolish I acted. And no, I'm not asking you out again, as I'm done with the dating scene. How about we bury the hatchet and call a truce? What do you say?
That was unexpected coming from you, Dalila. But okay, let's call a truce.
Thank you. I had a slight feeling you would be coming to the inauguration, so I took the luxury of getting a bag of raspberry Kit Kats.
You know me too well. Ha.
Davina, are you there?
Doors open, Courtney. It's just me, Bianca, Kronoa, Iki, and Kizar.
Oh my
God.
Davina, you look
beautiful.
Yes. You look fantastic, Davina. I never thought I'd see the day where my best friend becomes the next queen.
I've been waiting for this day for a very long time, Bianca, not due to past vendettas or any of that petty bullshit, but more because I want to lead Azteca and the Qurashi into a better future than it was. Has anyone seen my brat, Zabek? You're crying?
Why are you crying? Talk to us.
As much I am happy for you, Davina. I've embarrassed this family on more than one occasion. And I'm extremely ashamed of how we acted over the years. If this is the last time I hold the title of Prince of this family, so be it.
You were feeling this way the whole time? Why didn't you say anything?
I felt it would be too much of a burden for you. It's this day that hits me the hardest more than any other. I just don't know how to put it to you other than I'm sorry for being such a failure.
You would never be a burden to your own sister Zabek. You're her brother. If you're feeling a certain way, you have to tell us. Otherwise, we can't help you.
You? A failure? Not even close, Zabek. We've all made mistakes in our life sometime or another. Whatever you and I had in the past, that doesn't matter now. as we have a much bigger role to play than you care to realize. If I wanted you gone from my court, I would have said something months ago. But the fact I didn't should give you your answer.
You really mean that?
You bet your damn ass I do. Even in the most serious of situations you never failed to make me laugh in a good way. There's no way in hell I'm getting rid of you. Not ever.
Oh my god, Davina. You look so beautiful in that gown.
You don't look too bad yourself, Crystal. Ha 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 ha, just kidding.
Oh haha, funny joke. Good luck getting me to put a dress on.
Oh, calm down. Davina was only kidding, Crystal. Only ones that's wearing formal attire is us, Kizal, and Bianca.
My daddy T. I think I'm just a little anxious, being here and all.
Quick question, Davina. When's the inauguration gonna start?
Not for another 2 hours. A Pep and Anubis are getting the altar set up for when he's gonna crown me.
Pep, what the fuck are you doing? The crown doesn't go there.
Unless you want to work on this entire altar by your goddamn self, don't worry about what I'm doing.
Pep, I'm trying to help you at Trek. Never mind. Forget I said anything. I forgot I'm talking to a brainless idiot.
Don't shove it, you sandy-looking prick!
Listen up, both of you. Guests are starting to pile in.
Hey Lord Zanubis Seth and a Pep.
A Pep? Who's this?
That's Venom, one of my new enforcers. The one I had to fight to deem if he was a threat or not.
Oh right, I forgot. I almost didn't recognize you with the suit on. My sincere apologies, Venom.
It's fine, Lord Anubis.
You definitely know how to pick your friends up, Pep, I'll give you that.
Where are Davina and the other girls?
Go out the door. Follow the courtyard until you see a wooden door with 2 crosses on each panel.
Thanks.
I don't see Power Trip around. Where is he?
He's at the banquet hall with Deckard and the others.
Thank you, Lord Anubis.
Oh, look at you! To think I was the only stud wearing a suit today.
Glad you could join us, Venom. Bianca is with the soon-to-be Queen Davina and the other girls, so you'll see her later once the inauguration starts.
See? I told you we were out of Dominus Estate, Sathra.
So much for that idea, then. I suppose black coffee will have to do as a replacement for now.
Lord Sathra, who's the lady next to you?
Oh, pardon me. That's my wife and a Pep's mother, Nephthys. Nephthys, this is a Pep's new enforcer, Venom.
So you're a Pep's new enforcer. I was shocked when I was told that you were even able to keep up with this North Wind too.
Heck. Yeah. It was hard, but I was able to keep up with him. Even the big guy too.
Are you all doing okay over here? I'm sorry it's taking this long. Couple people cancelled on us last minute and it put us behind schedule.
Don't worry about it, Easies. We're fine over here. Take as long as you need.
So Lord Sathra, these inaugurations, how do these work exactly, as I've never been to one before?
Luckily it starts in another half hour. So you'll witness the entire thing, don't worry.
Hey Freya, long time no see.
Do I know you?
Do you not recognize me? Elder sister of Kizol that put gun to your head?
Solila. By the gods. You completely changed the last I saw you. How are you?
A lot better, actually. Since the episode, Kizal has been helping me with my NPD, and I resigned from GUN for the sake of my mental health. I actually work with Deckard as a secretary now.
Really? That's great, Solila. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you were able to turn your life around for the better. Speaking of Kizal, how is she?
You know how Kizal is these days? Aside from being my new mentor and stuff.
Jaja, you have a minute.
Like that, Emily, but I don't have time to talk about.
It's not me who wants to speak with you. It's Davina.
Need anything, Your Majesty? Whoa. Davina, you look beautiful in that gown.
I would greatly appreciate it if you didn't stare at my cleavage, Jaja, as I'm not about to murder someone at my own inauguration.
My bad. Got distracted by your gown. Anyway, what's up?
I was going to ask you this months ago but didn't due to me still be angry about that power traffic light joke from a few months back. How would you like to join Qurashi House next season?
Wait, are you serious? You want me to join Qurashi House?
Sure as hell do. Though granted, you and I had a very rocky start. You're actually pretty funny. If Chloe wants to join in on the fun as well, she's more than welcome. As Leon did some cast cuts, so we have space for a couple more people.
Hell yeah. See you in half an hour, Your Majesty.
Yeah. See you in an hour. You can come back out now, Axel. I'm sorry I had you wait that long.
No. It's fine, Your Majesty. Do not worry. I don't hold grudges, unlike Delilah.
I called you here as there's one financial situation I want to address before the inauguration begins. Do you have the budget list on you? Mom told me she went through it yesterday and something about it was off. And I want to know what that is.
Oh yes. Let me see. It seems we're co-funding Gods of Azteca Everwinter with Universal Pictures.
Co-funding? And Gods of Azteca Everwinter, isn't that? Ah, you fucking kidding me? Nah. You crossed the line this time, Leon. Get that Irish bastard to this dressing room, now.
Right away.
Wait. Isn't that... Oh, Mashi.
I would assume he's here for the inauguration. A deity of his status shouldn't be in a public setting like this. Let's have a word with him.
Hey, Xathra, Venom. Quite the day for an inauguration, isn't it?
I mean no disrespect, Abamashi. But aren't you putting yourself in danger by being in the public view like this?
What danger is there, Xathra? Any trace of my old life is long dead and buried. People aren't stupid to attack a frail old man with celestial powers. Be realistic.
So, what brings you here, Omashi?
Same as the rest of you. Watch the inauguration. But from a far distance due to my status as a celestial deity.
You mind giving us a moment, Venom?
Oh, okay. Sure.
You're very close to having your true identity discovered. You're walking a very thin wire. Are you intentionally asking for Anubis to find out who you really are, Abamashi? Sure as hell seems that way. Only question is, why?
I was still Azteca's god of thunder when her dad was crowned when Raravan was pharaoh. Azim Qurashi invited Raravan to his crowning only for him to not show to it whatsoever, so I'm doing what Raravan failed to do. Support the next monarch of the Qurashi, while I understand I'm not supposed to be here due to my status as a celestial deity now. But I'm only doing what's right. If I don't do this, I'll never forgive myself.
So that's why Rorivon didn't show. He thought AZ's inauguration was a waste of his time. Luckily, we now have a pharaoh that doesn't think so. He's even helping set up the altar. I had no idea Rorivon even did that until right now. Sorry for speaking out of tone earlier. As a friend, I care only for your safety and well-being.
Lord Xathra, Lord Abamashi, the inauguration starts in 5 minutes. Wrap up whatever you have and come to the altar.
You wanted to see me, Davina?
Yes, I did.
Queen Davina!
Ow! Now what the fuck was that for?
You thought I wasn't gonna find out, you Irish prick? That you were stealing money from us to fund your last 2 movies? I know you have money problems, Leon, but come on. Is stealing from the Qurashi to get your movie career off the ground really worth it? No, it isn't. If I chose to, I could out you for stealing more than $30 million from us at my inauguration, but that's not the person I am. What's going on where you had us as co-signers for your last 2 productions, and your next one Gods of Azteca Everwinter? And tell me the goddamn truth. Or I'll slap you again, for lying. So what's it gonna be?
I'm not gonna lie to you, Davina. I was never paid for the Northwind movie. Your father and I had a business arrangement where he was supposed to co-fund my last two productions, Sands of Fate and this one, Gods of Azteca Everwinter. I had urged both your parents to tell you about this, but I guess because they were so busy with royal duties as of late, they forgot. I would never steal from you guys. You and Salazar are my two top-tier superstars, for crying out loud. If it came off like I was stealing from you guys, then I sincerely apologize. If it makes you feel any better, after Gods of Azteca Everwinter, I won't ask you guys to co-fund any of my productions ever again.
We'll co-pay it. Just this once. Let this be known, right now. Don't you ever pull something like that again. You understand me?
You have my word, Queen Davina.
This conversation is far from over, Leon. Now fuck off, as my inauguration's in less than 5.
Are you right, Your Majesty? I've never seen you slap anyone that hard before. Not in front of me, anyway.
I'm fine, Axel. I slapped people for way less. Seeing you're already here, mind walking me out to the altar, since today marks the last day I ever hold the title of princess.
With pleasure, Your Majesty.
I can't believe the shy Aztecan girl I went to school with is going to be the next queen of the Qurashi Royal Family. I'm literally speechless right now.
I may not know the queen to be, for as long as you have, I didn't think I would even be a witness to something of this magnitude.
That makes all of us Venom. Regardless if you're mortal or god, an inauguration is always a big deal. Well, we won't have to wait for much longer, as they are about to come through the door.
I can't believe that I'm seconds away from becoming queen. I never thought this day would come.
There is no need to be nervous, Your Majesty. We all have the greatest confidence in you, we and your husband. Both. You got this, Queen Davina.
I'm with Axel on this one. You got this, and you're gonna blow this out of the park. If there was anyone more qualified to be queen of the Qurashi Royal Family, it's you, Davina. Now go up there and show them who the true badass of the Qurashi Royal Family really is.
Thank you, both of you. You have no idea how much this means to me just by the both of you being here, especially you, Salazar. Least I have my lovely husband by my side for moral support. Hehe.
Of course, I'm your husband. Now don't keep the most vengeful god of Azteca waiting. Now go up there and show them the true might of Queen Davina Elizabeth Qurashi.
I definitely will, babe. Watch me.
State your name and title.
Davina Elizabeth Qurashi, Princess of Sky.
Just crown her already, Pep. You're starting to bore us over here.
Seth! I swear on all of the things I ever done to people, throwing this crown at your fucking head will be the next one if you don't shut your mouth. For 5 God's sake, you fucking minutes!
Are you serious right now?
Was that necessary, Seth? You choose now of all places to interrupt an inauguration. You really are unbelievable.
This inauguration took nearly 2 hours and we had to wait another 5. And now we have to sit here for another 10. Fuck that.
You could have chosen the worst time to try to start with, Pep. You are unbelievable. I think I speak for all 3 of us when I say that.
What kind of games are you playing at Seth? Are you here to make an absolute spectacle of yourself, or watch the inauguration like everyone else?
You royals just love wasting each other's time, and I'm getting real sick of it.
Not everything is about you. Hell, this isn't even about us. It's about Davina. How about you show some fucking decency and respect Davina, who's gonna be crowned in a few minutes? You can simply walk out the damn door and watch from outside. Otherwise, shut your damn mouth for 5 godsecond minutes and watch. So what it gonna be?
Fine. Next inauguration that happens, don't invite me to it.
Oh, what the fuck ever, Seth? Just shut it for once.
Sorry about that, Lord Pep. Continue.
We'll start again. Name and title.
Davina Elizabeth Qurashi, Princess of Sky.
Do you swear to uphold the law and constitution of Azteca, Helabitiar, Qurashi Royal City, and all other territories, and serve the throne as third-generation queen till the day you are incapacitated or death?
I do.
Then it is with great pleasure that I, Nubian snake god Apep, crown you, Princess Davina Elizabeth Qurashi, as new queen of the Qurashi Royal Family.
As new queen of the Qurashi Royal Family, I swear to all of you that the Qurashi will be led into better pastures than what it was, along with my husband Salazar. Now don't get it twisted, we'll still be a political powerhouse and a royal family. Those two are not going to change. But we will be solidified as one unit. And as I press this button to make it official, I expect great things from you all. Long live the Qurashi. That was quite the inauguration. That couldn't have gone more perfectly. The bigger question is, babe, how does it feel being the king of the Qurashi?
Honestly, I feel a bit overwhelmed. I mean, I just retired from one job only to take another one that's just as stressful. We've been married for about 4 years and you just literally ascended as queen of the Qurashi today. Like, this is a lot to take in. I'm struggling to even process this right now as I'm talking to you.
Babe, it's okay. I was nervous when I was nominated as heir apparent. Believe me, I was overwhelmed too. It took me at least a good few months to let it sink in that this was the reality I was going to be living. I'll be with you every step of the way. Come hell or high water. Together, we can accomplish anything, whether that be as husband and wife, or king and queen of the Qurashi Royal Family.
And if I could be honest, it actually feels pretty good to actually stay retired as God of Destruction this time. There were a few times where my Aunt Isis literally had to beg me to stay as God of Destruction. I know she means well, but she has to understand this is my life. And there is no one in Azteca I would rather spend it with than you, Davina.
It was a necessary sacrifice we had to make, and it was for the better. Why don't we celebrate our succession with a toast?
Gladly, my queen.
Long live the Qurashi.
Long live the Qurashi. I almost forgot how beautiful the Aztecan sky is at night. And just look at those stars. They're just as beautiful as the 2 rings I gave you.
They do, don't they? I wonder what awaits us the next season of Qurashi House.
Only time will tell. And may God save the Queen.
You thought your son, retiring as god of destruction, was going to make me reconsider claiming your head. Not even close. We still have a score to settle, and we're gonna settle it right here, right now.
Feelings mutual, Ragnar. You bring your forces of Valheim to the table, and I shall mine. Everwinter shall be the last time you or your forces ever use the fates of both Azteca and Asgard as your personal plaything. Let's settle this.
Gladly. You vile, ultra-violent Aztecan bastard. It'll be you. That'll die. This time.
What in the...
What just happened?
It would appear we're on some kind of frozen lake. But only question is where?
How did we go from being in Azteca to being all the way out here? Something about this place is familiar.
This is interesting to say the least.
What did you find?
According to the rune that's etched on this pebble, we're somewhere called Valheim.
Did you just say Valheim? The only pantheon in the universe this place is home to is
Asgard!
Well. I see you're doing well for yourself, Anubis. Your battles haven't gone unnoticed, especially the one the two of you just had. From the way I see things, son-in-law, you and I have an old score to settle. Seeing that you survived, not one, not two, but 3 god-killer prophecies. Back to back. Your daughter-in-law was right about one thing. There is a higher power pulling the strings, and that higher power is none other than me, Ragnar, the destroyer of Asgard. Seeing you good friends with the All-Father Odin these days, I want you to send him a message for me. Consider this the second and final time I show leniency on you. You think your Snow Wolf friend and your other allies can do it again. Survive the last god-killer prophecy of all, the Blizzard at Death, aka the Everwinter.
Anubis! Who was that?
Ragnar the Destroyer, Asgard's god of destruction, and unfortunately my father-in-law.
Does this name ring a bell to either of you? Ragnar the Destroyer.
That is not possible. Ragnar is dead.
And Valheim was destroyed along with him. How is he still alive?
We're just as surprised as you. Our recent fight with Oedipus may have something to do with it. His diary mentions both Dialga and Loki being partnered with Ragnar around the same time frame Spike applied to be my enforcer. Which tells me one thing. Ragnar and Loki had all of the events planned out from the start.
What?
I warned you if you initiated Ragnarok by yourself, this would happen. Yet you ignored me and went through with it anyway.
No, that's impossible. Ragnar, but how are you still alive?
How I'm alive is not important right now. I am a believer of second chances, which is why I'm inviting you to be part of the Enkobiol prophecy, the Everwinter.
I can't believe that I'm even about to suggest this. We need to bring your father back to life. Dialga's Outlast got destroyed when Giselle killed me with Soul Calibur, so we're gonna do it another way.
Have you gone insane, Pep? Bring back the traitor Spike with Northwind DNA. Why should we? Especially after all he's done to us.
I don't like bringing him back all about the same. We don't have to make options at our disposal. It's either this, or let Ragnar and Loki kill us all.
Though some may call this desperate, but we trust your judgment, Pep. If bringing him back is the only way Azteca can survive the Everwinter, then I'll allow it.
If it isn't the angel hobgod daughter Courtney, how have you been, me dear?
Roggenhider? Is that you? None of us trust you! Be grateful that our Lord doesn't destroy you where you stand!
Seeing your Lord Apep could have left me for dead, but chose to bring me back anyways. I suppose I don't have any other choice.
You try anything slick with me, I'll end your life myself and send you to El High. This time, I'll leave you there. Got that?
I hear you loud and clear, Apep.
Loki, you vile Asgardian bastard! You've decided to show yourself after all these years.
But this time, I'm not alone.
You only see what your eyes want to see.
First Ragnarok, now Everwinter. You fight for lost causes. No wonder mock the Snow Wolf destroyed you.
You have got to be kidding me. You again.
Your time powers won't save you from me like before. This time, Nephthys and Conjure aren't here to break us up.
Having North Wind doesn't make you my superior, Apep.
I'll show you who the true suicidal moron who to head first really is, right now.
Bring it.
The prophecy of the Everwinter has begun.
Not if we, the gods of Azteca, have anything to say about it.
You will never get even an inch closer to achieving Northwind, no matter how hard or desperate you try. Cheaters never prosper, Loki.
Father, stop this. All this because I choose to be with Anubis for the rest of my life?
You had your chance, daughter. I am officially replacing you with someone who's more obedient. Courtney, remember what we went over.
Yes, Godfather. I will make sure that they will all be extinguished!
You have got to be kidding me.
Odin's cheeky bastard son strikes again.
Why, you Asgardian piece of... We're fighting Courtney to be blazed. She may be corrupted by Loki, but the Courtney we know and love is still in there somewhere.
You always have, and always will be, an ultra-violent monster. From the very day I met your sorry ass.
If you want me right to hide her, I'm not running anywhere. I'm not afraid or fear no one, especially you of all people.
Neither will I. I, for one, never run from a fight, especially not from you. So the Snow Wolf's kid is now Odin's new god of thunder, a title that you don't deserve. You tarnished Thor's legacy with your unorthodox fighting methods. You couldn't fight out of Muspelheim if your life depended on it.
Like you have any room to talk, you bastard. You killed thousands in your wake.
In a bit of a pickle, are we Anubis?
By the gods, Theros, what are you doing here?
Zeno called Wheeze and I to an emergency meeting and briefed us about this Everwinter prophecy. Rognahida is too much of a danger to ignore. Wheeze and I are officially getting involved. Consider this me paying back the debt for training Salazar all those years ago.
So you're the demon hog that had Spike's previous title before he worked under Apep's service. What can I do for you?
I will be the one to challenge Ragnarok, so I need your help to gain full power.
Then what you will need the power of Valhalla, which I am more than happy to give you.
Beerus, the destroyer of the seventh universe. This fight has no involvement with you. I am going to ask you nicely once. Stay out of this. My issue is with Anubis, not you.
Seeing the danger you pose? Thanks, but I'll pass. I think I'll just destroy you instead.
Then you give me no other choice. Blade of Everwinter, solidify.
I've never came across a god of destruction that's as suicidal as you. Originally, fighting another god of destruction is not tolerated in my universe. However, in this scenario, in regards to you Rognahida, I'll make an exception.
Something's off about all of this the moment Salazar was born.
What do you mean by that, Illusion?
My father's emotions. It's too unstable, even as Asgard's god of destruction. Something's driving it from the very beginning. If I were to guess, Loki has something to do with it.
Illusion is right, Anubis. His reaction to you specifically is too brash, violent, and unstable. Ragnahider's hatred toward you is legitimate. Loki is using that as leverage, just like he did with Spike, which in other words, meaning Loki is the true mastermind behind this prophecy, not Ragnarhyder. Ragnarhyder was nothing more than a sacrificial lamb, and use him so he can be rid of Azteca and Asgard himself.
Loki is afraid of North Wind's unmatched power and potential. He's using Ragnarhyder as insurance. Eventually, Ragnarhyder will realize Loki is just using him as a pawn. Galaxy is going to challenge Ragnarhyder in Valheim. I have a gut feeling that Loki is going to interfere in some magnitude. Once Loki shows up, I'm gonna make him pay for instigating this war with Azteca, and everything else that led up to this point.
I rarely make requests to fellow Mobian deities of the same pantheon. But I make this one to you, Apep. Make sure Loki doesn't come back this time.
Fear not, Lady Illusion. I am about to head to Valheim right now to finish off Loki, where I know for a fact he'll be. All of Asgard has rejected him, and Ragnarhyder is the only god he has left to side with. Once your father turns on him, he's done for. He's gonna receive what I should have done to Spike from the very beginning. Pummel him to a pulp, Northwind style.
You think a demon whore like yourself is a worthy challenger to the god of destruction of Asgard? The con of the Snow Wolf village, and that Snow Wolf's son-in-law poses no threat to me whatsoever. You'll be lucky if I let you clean my temple's floor.
It's over, Ragnarhyder. Your days of pulling strings with the gods of Asgard and Azteca are numbered.
Intent on fighting, are we? Very well. If it's death you want, then you shall have it.
Like I said, Ragnarhyder, it is over.
Your Valhalla form is no match against me. Come on then. Nobody will remember you after you die by my hands.